Sins, commandments alike. Welcome. For this is Griever, your host as always, bringing you guys a very heavy episode review for 7 Deadly Sins and Natsu no Taizai's final season. That is Dragon's Judgment. Episode 16. How can so much in one episode be so wrong and so right? And what's to be blamed on the anime, and what is to be blamed on the manga? What is to be praised about the anime, what is to be praised about the manga? There is an equilibrium here. An equilibrium, if you will. There is so much to cover. So if you guys are not here for the long haul, if you guys are not here for the rants, if you guys are not here for the theories, if you guys are not here for the I told you fucking so's, then I would suggest just hitting the back button now, because I guarantee you that this video will be over 20 minutes long, if not longer. But I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to try, but I always fail. Every time I say that, I fail anyway, so now I'm warning you in advance. So, the beginning of this episode. Yeah, okay, that's enough for another 2 minutes. Alright, so, the beginning of this episode hurts me personally, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It hurts everybody, because the beginning of this episode, not only does it have terrible animation, it really does. We looked forward to having better animation, but we really didn't. You know what? They saved it for the decent shots. I will give them credit later, but not now. Not now, because it still doesn't excuse giving me 22 minutes where you gave me like 4 shots of greatness and another 18 minutes of crap. That's not fair. That doesn't make sense. So, no. It's sort of like if you watch an episode of a comedy series, right? And 4 jokes landed, right? Like, if you watch The Big Bang Theory, Friends, How I Met Your Mother, I'm just using popular ones here, Seinfeld, and you enjoyed 4 minutes of every episode, would you really continue watching 30 minutes of it? Would you watch another 26 minutes to enjoy 4? You would not. So, I know you would not, because I would not, and nobody should. So, that's out of the picture. We'll talk about the special 4 minutes of this one, but either way. Right off the bat, terrible animation, very disappointing, especially considering that it seemed to be going like on the up and up a little bit. And even though I said many times in this reviews, I've said that I'm sort of like, okay, it might be better, it might be good. And then they just disappointed the hell out of this one. So not only, all right, first and foremost, the lake. Aspull 101, once again, manga's fault. So plus, minus 1 for the manga, whatever. We're not going to be doing a tally here. I don't have time for that shit. So, the lake. Came out of nowhere. Bullshit. It powers up the Demon King. Oh my god, there's this magical lake that all of a sudden powers people. Nobody ever knew about it. Great. Okay, bullshit. Number 2, Bloody Ellie. Bloody motherfucking Ellie. Bullshit. Don't even need to explain that one. Go read the manga if you don't understand why. Because that came out of nowhere. And number 2, it came out of nowhere. And it does nothing. We get no backstory on this. We have no idea why she's like this. She does not actually do anything significant other than this one attack on the Demon King. And they could have just said, she's on the class of the Archangels. There are 4, but she could have been the 5th one. Would have been a better explanation than this whole Bloody Ellie. Did nothing. So then, we get the 7 Deadly Sins fighting the Endora. Once again, the Endora hyped up to be this super thing ever since we learned about them in the Holy War Past Star. Endora. Now we learn in the manga, we don't learn here, but in the manga we learn that the Endora are actually previous commandments that turned into Endora. A true Endora are commandments, holders of commandments, that turned into ultimate demons. The ones that sacrificed 6 hearts and never reverted, like Monspeak and Daddy Eddie. So this guy should be awesome. This guy should be amazing. Like, yeah, he's grotesque and whatever, but I don't care about the design. Actually, the design was pretty cool. But this guy was supposed to give them a hard time, and I'm going to need a refill before this review is over. Okay, so another bullshit. We finally learn more about the Endora. We finally learn more about their power. We finally go, holy shit, they're actually going to fight an Endora. And then he's actually beaten in this episode, beaten off screen. He's attacked a couple times and then beaten off screen. So glad we hyped up Endora. And let's bring our faction over to number 2 of the problem. In fact, let's bring it up to a 3-tongue thingy mabob. The thing that Bomb uses, the nunchuck shit. Because apparently, Merlin had Bond's sacred treasure the entire time. Not useful against Hendrickson. Not useful against the commandments. Not useful against the Demon King. Am I remembering all this right? This sacred treasure of his would not have been useful in the Hendrickson fight. Would not have been useful against any of the commandment fights that Bond was a part of. Would not have been useful against Chandler. And would not have been useful against the Demon King. Am I remembering all of this correctly? Because I believe I am. And regardless what happens later, this is something that Bond should be pissed about. In fact, all of the main characters should be irritated at Merlin 4, regardless of what may or may not happen in the future. Because trust me, it's still bad regardless of what's going to happen by the end of the series, but it's still stupid up to this point, and everybody should be mad at her. I don't get it. This is dumb. This is stupid. And then, there's so much to unpack with that one, and I can't fully go into it yet because we haven't reached end of series, but we will. Don't get me wrong, guys. We will get there. And I will love to be able to rant to you guys for over 2 hours on how terrible Merlin is. But until that point, until that goddamn point, let's move on. Now, let's not bitch about too much of the episode, except, oh wait, they did a Trinity attack that did nothing. Oh, where do I go from here? I have pimples on my eyebrow, and I swear to hell, they are goddamn a result of watching this episode. I literally have a pimple on my eyebrow. It's excruciating, and I think it's from me doing this too much watching 7 Deadly Sins. So, a Trinity attack. So let's stack up the problems. A Lake bullshit, Endora bullshit, Bloody Ellie bullshit, Bond Sacred Treasure bullshit, Merlin bullshit, and on top of it all, we get a Trinity attack, which should have been epic, should have been amazing, terribly animated, and then did nothing. Nothing. Guys, the first 5 minutes of this episode made me want to rip my computer monitor off and throw it out a window that would just, it wouldn't have gone out the window. What it would have happened, it would smash against the window, fall to the ground, and I'd be out $400 goddamn dollars because I have a pretty curved monitor and all that fun jazz. So, I chose not to do that. But I'm choosing to right now talk to you and rant to you about how terrible this goddamn episode was. Except, there's a silver lining. They included the ESCANOR stance. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. However, all this abysmalness, all this -2, -5, -12, -100 is all built back up. All built back up by the appearance of one holy knight. One man among men, the lion sin of pride, ESCANOR. The lion goddamn sin. And this man did not have, in my opinion, a single bad shot. Up until, like, Miles shows up. But that's later. Point is that they seem to pour because this episode, animation-wise and stills-wise, total shit. Total terrible. But every single screenshot that I took of ESCANOR was full detail, full greatness, full eye pupil, fuel on the fire. Like, full and fuel. It was just, yeah, they knew where the money was in this episode. They knew what mattered. They knew what mattered in this episode. Later on, we'll get the other stuff, but in this episode, they sort of knew what mattered. And what mattered was because they also knew, the animators, I feel like the animated department knew, okay, we're not going to change anything from the manga. That must have been something from the higher-ups because, god damn it, somebody should have changed something. But they knew they couldn't change the lake bullshit. They couldn't change the Bloody Ellie bullshit. They couldn't change the Bond bullshit. They couldn't change the Endora bullshit. They couldn't change the Merlin bullshit. They couldn't change. So, half a dozen things, they just rushed out of the way. And then they're like, all right, let's get to something that people liked. Post 300, people love chapter 317. I love chapter 317. One of the greatest chapters in all of manga history. And here it is animated. Terribly animated, but animated nonetheless. And we get goddamn ESCANOR in here. And he doesn't have sunshine. Doesn't have power. And this man, he goes through it. He goddamn blocks the attack of this little Endora baby wannabe piece of shit, but it's more powerful than everything else. And he's just like, nah, fam. I am taking this guy down. I have the lion sin, son of pride, ESCANOR, shield and sword. And he rushes this thing. It pierces him. Guilt Thunder tries to attack it. Does nothing. Tries to attack Guilt Thunder. ESCANOR's, nah, bitch. I'm your opponent. ESCANOR. Weak-ass ESCANOR. These dudes, Griever, Hauser, fucking Guilt Thunder, all have attack power tripling, quadrupling, times 100 his power right now. This dude has a power level of 5. These guys have power levels of anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 right now. They're down on the ground. They realize this. Guilt Thunder even cries for this man, knowing that he's more of a man than they could be. They're like, I can't even will myself to get up, and we're so much weaker. Like, we're so much stronger than him. But this dude just keeps going. The shield falls. His arm's chopped off. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, well, fine. I guess I'm using this arm. Raw, and ESCANOR keeps attacking this. He's doing nothing. No successful attack. No. ESCANOR, greatest character in all of Seven Deadly Sins. This is a fact. This episode did not show the grisly nature of what happened because anime never does. But read this chapter, guys. Read this. If you are an anime-only viewer, I urge you, don't skip ahead or anything. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you, read this chapter because you will see how this dude was a walking goddamn corpse. The anime does not do that justice. It does not show the brutality. He had his goddamn arm chopped off, and he was a bloody mess. He There was more blood on the snow than there was in that goddamn body. And he was still standing there going, I am ESCANOR, one of the 7 deadly sins. This dude has done more for the 7 deadly sins than any other 7 deadly goddamn sins. I'm telling you guys, this dude, no power. I want to see Meliodas, Bond. I want to see any of these guys without any of their power actually put their life on the line like this man. Merlin couldn't do it. Goza couldn't do it. King couldn't do it. Deanne couldn't do it. Bond might do it. Meliodas might do it. But there you go. Right there. His bravery is unsurpassed. He knows he can't win. Before suiting up, he knows he's the weakest human of all time. And he chooses to fight. And then the best part is he worries. He goddamn worries about stronger people. He worries about Gilthunder. He worries about Hauser. He worries about Griever. He worries about the bright future of tomorrow. He worries about this shit. And it's incredible. And then he even thinks, how laughable am I? My daytime self would be laughing. Everybody would be laughing at me, looking at me, getting my ass kicked by this little baby Endura. Everyone would laugh at me. And then he remembers every single one of his friends in his mind. He goes, and they're all stone-faced. They're all serious-faced. No one would laugh at me. Not a single one of them would laugh at me right now. Because I'm doing the right... Like, this shit, like, this episode is crap for animation and manga reasons. But that manga reasons bring it back right the fuck up. I am struggling to choose which thumbnail of Nighttime ESCANOR. Not the fist. Not super shot of Zeldris, Demon King, not a super shot of anything. I'm struggling to choose which beaten up ESCANOR shot do I choose for the thumbnail, because there are so many good ones. They, like, the animation department, they might have fucked up a lot of shit, but at least they knew that every shot of ESCANOR in this scene, like, the music was bad, they didn't drag this out enough, in my opinion. They didn't showcase it well enough. This was supposed to be an epic moment. It still was epic. They gave it the proper due, but they went line by line. Once again, this is something to expand upon. This should have been a whole episode in among itself. And we should have got flashbacks. We should have got better stuff. But at the end of the day, they got this. And it was so good. Like, ESCANOR even says, like, after he gets hit, like death wounds twice. He's already should be dead twice. He looks back at them and goes to Gilthunder, Grandma, and Hauser. He's like, boys, you ever been hit by the captain? Full force. Like, seriously. He's not holding back. Like, he hits you. Like, Fraudrin Gone hits you. You ever been hit like that before? And they're like, what are you talking about right now? He's like, let me tell you something. I have. I am probably the only person alive that's been hit by the captain at full power. And that lives to tell the tale. And let me tell you something. That's not a merit badge I put on my shoulder, because that shit fucking hurt. My daytime self will never admit it. He's too full of pride. But that shit hurt. Right now, bleeding out, like, okay, I got a stab wound through my stomach and my chest. This feels like a bug bite compared to that. Like, the captain hits hard. It's sort of like comparing yourself and feel like, you ever been hit by Rocky Balboa? Because I have. Until you get hit by Rocky Balboa, let me tell you one thing. You don't know what pain is. So until Rocky Balboa hits you, you don't talk to me about pain. And it's just the same deal here. It's just like, no, you don't talk to me right now about pain, because I know true pain. This is not pain. I have experienced pain. And I'm just like, this goddamn man, not only does he go out like a champion, like a Chad. He also flexes on them. This dude, while dying, is flexing while losing. How many... Listen. Told you I need a refill. Listen. You guys know how many dudes flex. Like JoJo, Dio flex. Bleach, Aizen flex. Hunter x Hunter, who the fuck cares? That show sucks. But in every manga and anime, there's a dude that flexes, right? But who the hell? Who flexes while they're losing? This dude was flexing while getting his ass kicked. And not because he had some super secret weapon that he thought he'd win the day with or anything. No. Dude knew he was going to lose. Dude knew he was losing. Dude knew he was dying. And he continues to flex. I want you to show me a loser flex better than this. I'll wait. You know why I'll wait? I'll wait until my deathbed. Why to my deathbed? Because even if I live for 100 years, you guys are never going to show me something like that because it doesn't exist. ESCANOR is the only one who flexes on a guy while losing. And it was solid and we believe him. It's not like a flex, okay, you're trying to flex, you're trying to sound tough. No. We all believe him. Don't tell me you don't believe ESCANOR. We all believe him. We all literally think, okay, it's ESCANOR. Like in everybody's mind, it's like, it's ESCANOR. So he's not wrong. No matter what comes out of his mouth, he's not wrong. It's a beautiful thing. It's absolutely beautiful. And then, okay, so that's my ESCANOR spiel. In the end, he does basically lose, of course, because once again, he was flexing a loss. Miles shows up, answers his prayers, and basically there's a conversation. It goes way different in the manga, way different. And basically, Mael, a bitch. Mael, a loser. Mael, not even in the same league as ESCANOR. Because ESCANOR basically says, hey, like, Miles comes down and says, hey, I'll help you in, like, these little things, but I'm not going to fight the Demon King. That's a world away from me. I already tried. That shit's whack, yo. And ESCANOR goes, yeah, no, I didn't call you down here to fight the Demon King for us. Then why did you call me? I want you to give your power back to me because I'm going to go fight him. And here's how the conversation should have went. It should have went, Milo going, ESCANOR, great plan, buddy, except the fact that I'm a goddess with power outside of you. Like, I'm strong without this shit. And I'm telling you, I don't want to fight him. With Sunshine. You're a human with 5% power level. 5. And I give you Sunshine. Yeah, you're a badass. But no. And ESCANOR's like, no, you don't understand. Give me Sunshine. I will do your job. You sit on the sidelines. Trust me. I will take care of this asshole. It's almost noontime. I will deal. And I'm like, and the fan base is sitting back like, now a lot of people, I remember, like, we need to go so far back for this shit because there's too much to unravel for this review. This review is going to be 40 minutes. So, suffice it to say, Miles a bitch here because he's not willing to fight the Demon King. He's a coward at the end of the day. Guys, manga, anime, doesn't matter. Miles, supposed to be a badass, ends up being the coward. ESCANOR, bravest man in the entire verse. He fights when he has no power, and he's willing to fight an impossible battle with power. This dude is a man. This dude is incredible. He literally tells a goddamn god, an angel, says, no, I didn't call you down to fight. Give me your power. I'm going to go fight. It's like, it'll kill you. Yeah, but I'm going to win. Like, no, you can't win. No. I'm going to win. Give me your power. Let me show you how. Basically, what ESCANOR just did was not only flex a loss, but then, on top of that, flexed on the dude stronger than him with the same power. You take away Sunshine out of both of them. Mayal is stronger than ESCANOR. That's a fact. You add Sunshine to both of them. Regardless of your opinion on power scaling, let's say you plus 1,000 regardless, right? Just use that numbers game. So 5 for ESCANOR, now he's 1,005. Mayal, let's say he's 1,000 already. Now he's 2,000. This dude at 1,005 is saying, give me your power, I'll do what you can't. This dude is flexing on a guy potentially supposed to be stronger than him with the same power, yet he continues to go, no, give me that. I'm going to go kick the shit out of the Demon King. You don't have to do shit. Just give me my power back, bitch. This goddamn man. This whole review is just going to be a goddamn stroke off ESCANOR thing. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's the only good thing that's going to come out for the rest of the goddamn season. Might as well make a whole video about it. And then after that, we get the, okay, we're Frieza forms. We're doing, 19 forms Zeldris. And then we get the good panel of Zeldris with Gelda and stuff. Where Gelda is not actually Gelda. We already knew that. It's the Demon King trying to take him over, blah, blah, blah. We're starting to get some backstory on Zeldris and Melios' relationship as brothers. But that's not the main focus of this episode. The main focus of this episode is ESCANOR! Praise the goddamn sun! Because there is only one sun, and it isn't fucking male. It's goddamn ESCANOR. So, that's all I gotta say about that. This video is gonna be 45 minutes long. I will make this video 45 minutes. You know what? I'll leave a dial tone if this video is on 40. I just can't stop praising. There is so much to go over with ESCANOR. I love how they toned it down in the anime, where they're just like, oh, no. I was just hoping, could you please give me Sunshine back to me? I'll go deal with it. It was like, no. In the manga, he goes, no, I didn't call you down here for that. Because in the anime, they make it seem different. It's like, oh, I won't fight the Demon King. He's like, well, I see. Well, then how about you give me Sunshine? And it's like, no. ESCANOR called him down to basically say, I'm not asking you to fight. I want to fight. I'm not strong enough. Give me my power back. That's basically what he said in the manga. In the anime, they try to make it seem like Miles not such a bitch. But no, he's still a bitch. Because he refuses to fight the Demon King because he doesn't think he's strong enough. Meanwhile, you guys just wait. You guys wait until ESCANOR shows up to fight Zeldris Demon King. You guys just wait. Because the Seven Deadly Sins showed up, not ESCANOR, but they all showed up to fight against Zeldris Demon King. So let's see what happens. Episode 16 is a solid 7 out of 10. And the reason I'll give it a 7 is that terrible animation takes it down 2 points automatically. We're down to 8. The fact that the pacing and the shit was awful, it's not the anime's fault, but the manga's fault, drops down another 2-3 points. But ESCANOR, you can't not put a +1 for ESCANOR every time he's on fucking screen. So +1 up to 7. I'm good with that rating. 7 out of 10. ESCANOR, every shot was grand up until Miles shows up, which those shots looked abysmal. But either way, I thought this episode was terrible at first, great in the middle, shitty ending. What did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's always very much appreciated. Don't forget to drink responsibly, as always. That clearly I didn't need to drink to watch this episode 3 times. No. I was even keel. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you back here next time. Peace out.